Hi guys, welcome back to my third episode of Dirty Numbers by me, Kim Kaye, yippee Anyways, in this episode, Jessie is sort of getting to learn the lingo and stuff of the business. Again, it was a crazy job that I had to write a memoir about it. It's the only memoir I've ever written. The rest of my books are fictional novels. But let's get into it. Okay. Things are really starting to happen now. I had my regular girls on calls, and a couple of non-scheduled girls, known as floaters, had signed on. I was able to pass a call on to one of them. "Hello, Colette?" I inquired. Management told me she was a phone sex pro and very popular with the clientele. I was to pass her as many calls as possible, especially when it came to new customers. I suppose she gets them to come back, to come again and again. "Speaking, who's this?" Colette asked. "Jessie," I replied. "The new receptionist?" "Hi," she said. "What you got for me?" I was quite astonished by her voice. It was so normal. No seductive whisper, no purr. It almost seemed like I was talking to my Aunt Sylvie. "A new caller," I said. "Trevor, he wants you to be dominant." It seemed like quite a few men like their women dominant, and I was beginning to get quite comfortable with that term. "How dominant?" Colette asked. "Huh? How dominant does he want me to be?" she patiently explained. "Some just want the girl to say things like, 'Ooh, suck my tits now, and now rub your cock.' And then other guys, they want their nipples clothespined and my curling iron up their ass. While others are hardcore. They want me to step in dog shit and then order them to lick my boots clean." Talk about a short but intense course on the subject of domination. I sat like a puddle in my chair and mumbled, "I don't know what Trevor wants." "I'll take care of it," Colette said. "Don't worry about it. But from now on, it'd be a good idea to verify just how dominant a girl they want." I jerked up from my seat. "You mean I have to ask them?" Oh, suddenly dominant became another hurdle to get over. Scene. "Hello, can I help you?" I wait for a response, but I don't hear one. The guy hasn't hung up on me because I can hear music from a radio in the background. "Hello," I repeated. "Can I help you?" No reply. I could still hear the music. It was some old country western tune. "Got a tiger by the..." There was some other kind of noise. I listened closely, but I still couldn't make it out. I was leery of that earlier misleading sound. The meat being pounded. This was nothing like that. This sounded like when you rub a balloon. I listened another moment and again loudly asked, "Hello, can I help you, please?" The balloon noise got really loud, and suddenly I hear a human gasp. Oh God, did I come? Oh, I hung up the phone so forcefully, I knocked it right off the desk. With disgust, I realized I had a little to learn about men's masturbatory styles. Scene. "Hi, it's Colette, all done with Trevor." "Great," I said. "I think I'll have another call for you soon." I had my nose deep in the blacklist file, looking up a customer I had just taken an order from. Sure enough, he was in there for using stolen credit cards. Whew, close call. I'm glad I remembered to check if new callers are already blacklisted. He's into cock and ball torture, Colette mildly said. I hadn't quite heard her. I wasn't paying that close attention. Had she just mentioned some restaurant? What was that? I asked. Cock and bull what? Torture, Colette answered. Cock and ball torture. Ooh, I said solemnly. You should have seen this guy, Colette recalled. He had me lowering them into boiling water. Oh, Colette, there's the phone, I lied. I gotta go. Ooh, I just didn't want to hear the rest. Scene. This is Stan Gardenia, a rough voice told me. I'm a regular. Any she-males on tonight? I laughed out loud at the word he used. Plenty, I replied. Really? He asked, almost incredulously. Any 18-year-olds? I got a couple, I said, willing to give him a choice. Okay, have one of them phone me. I took his number and then pulled his card out of the files. Some other receptionist had written she-males in bold print under his preference. I guess she found the joke pretty funny too. Well, this call sounded pretty easy. I decided to give it to Carla/Lily, who'd just gotten off a pretty demeaning call. The caller simply said he wanted a single girl. I had no idea his fantasy was to break into her home and rape her. This call would be easier. I phoned her up and she answered on the 6th ring. Carla, I reminded her, the boss wants you to answer before the 3rd ring. I was in the bathroom, Carla said wearily. Sorry. Well, I got another call for you, I said. I wanted to keep her spirits up. His name's Stan, and get this. You have to be a she-male. I giggled again. It was pretty cute. What's that? Carla almost sobbed. I spoke up quickly. Oh, she-male, female. He just wants to talk to a girl. Oh, I think I can handle that, she said. And to make it even easier, you're 18. I gave her Stan's phone number and let her go to work. I was busy. I had began catching up on American Express credit card slips when the phone rang. It was Carla Lily. Carla? I gasped. You aren't finished already, are you? No, she said. He wants to talk to somebody else. I don't think I was his type. She sounded mystified. Why? What happened? Well, she began slowly. I asked him what he was up to, and he said he was touching himself. I said I was too, and he asked me if I was rubbing my cock. I said I was playing with my pussy, and all of a sudden he gets all mean, and he says, "Let me talk to someone else." He says he wants a real she-male. He didn't happen to mention what a she-male was, did he? I asked hopefully. No, she said regretfully. I was so embarrassed, I just hung up quick. Well, sorry it didn't work out, I told her. You know, you don't get paid for that call since I have to give it to somebody else. Yeah, I know, Carla said glumly. Man, I felt guilty. Guilty and dumb. And mad. I decided to get to the bottom of this she-male matter, and to do that, I talked to the best there was. I gave Colette a call. Colette, what's a she-male? Why, do you have a call for me? Are you a she-male? I asked. How do I know? She laughed for about 15 seconds. Me? Colette asked disbelievingly. I'm your typical straight female. A she-male? Now that's something altogether different. Enough already. Okay, so what is a she-male? That's a guy who's had half the operation already. The operation to change him into a female. He has tits, but he still has his cock? Oh, okay. This guy Stan wants one of those. I gave her the number. And you have to be 18. I'll call you when I'm done, Colette said. Colette? What? Something out of the ordinary was eating at me. Can there be such a thing as an 18-year-old she-male? The doctors would let somebody at 18 decide they're old enough to have that operation? I don't know, she said. But for this guy, I'll be an 18-year-old she-male. Colette may have been a pro, but she wasn't very logical. Scene. Hello, can I help you? Dominatrix? No, this is Sally, I lied. Dominatrix is probably one of the other receptionists. But I like the name. For a moment, I mused about giving my first female child that name. No, is there a dominatrix I can talk to? The caller asked. Oh, God. I was ready for my first 8-hour shift to be over. Still another hour to go. Have you used our service before, sir? Yes, he said. Do you have a dominatrix on? Your name? I asked politely. Looking at his file card might help me out. I've used the service before. Believe me, the stranger insisted. Who's working? May I have your name? I asked as insistently. We're not supposed to give out the phonemates' names to anybody but regulars. But how was I to believe this guy? If I give you my name, you'll charge me, and I might not want to speak to anyone, the caller informed me. Sir, we would never do that, I icily replied. If the fucker didn't watch it, I'd charge him right now. Okay. I'm Tom Larson. With lightning speed, I pulled his card out of the files. I saw he'd spoken to Shauna a few times, so maybe he liked her. That's more like it. Now, you wanted to know if I had a dominatrix on? Have you ever spoken to Shauna? Scene. Let me try and fix this a bit. Dang, son. Hi, Jessie. It's Grace. I looked at my ledger. Grace had been on a call for 39 minutes. Calls are forbidden to go over the half-hour mark. Grace, you were too long on that call. I know, Grace lamented. But remember, he wanted me to be his sex slave. Yeah, so? Well, she explained simply, a slave doesn't exactly tell her master that his time is up. Scene. Hello, I said wearily, for probably the 400th time that night. Can I help you? Who is this? Asked quite a proper feminine voice. Who are you calling? I asked back. I don't know, the lady replied. I'm trying to find out why I have all these charges from my company on my credit card bill. Oh my gosh, I've been warned about something like this happening. I quickly scanned the rule board, which took up most of the wall facing me. Rule number 3. If wives or other nosy people call, tell them we are a telephone ordering service. What kind of company are you? She asked suspiciously. A telephone ordering service, I responded quickly. Although I lied, it made me feel less guilty. What kind of things do you sell? She inquired. Whoa. She was trying to slump me, and she was not doing too badly. Well, we sell all sorts of things, like electronic equipment, office supplies. Oh, that must be what it is, she said. I guess I hit the jackpot. Her hubby must have a desk job. Okay, then? I asked, wanting to get off the line before she could dig out any more information out of me. Yes, and I'm sorry I've bothered you with this, she said sweetly. I was getting an image of an older woman with maybe a blue rinse in her hair. It's just that it was such a huge amount, but Leroy did say he did have to buy a bunch of new computers and stuff. Thank you for your time. She hung up softly. For all the women in the world, I was mad at that damn cheatin' Leroy. If you can call it cheatin'. Because he never laid eyes on his fantasy mistress. Scene. Can I talk to a woman with big cans? A voice asked me. The guy sounded all of 12 years old. Have you used our service before? I asked. I heard a bunch of giggling and then the voice came back to me. No, but I got a credit card. Fine. I played along. But is the phone in your name? Huh? The phone, I repeated. Is the phone that you are using right now listed in your last name? My last name is Carter, the guy said. Okay, I tried again. Is this phone number under Carter in the phone book? Oh, yeah, the kid figured it out. The phone is in my name. Yeah, right. And your name, sir? I asked for fun. Hank Carter. Hank? Does it say Hank on your credit card? I asked with a bit of a smirk. I always thought Hank was a nickname you grew into, and I didn't think a kid no older than 14 would actually have a handle like that. No, on my credit card it says Henry, the kid said. I heard him whisper breathlessly to some friend. It's working. Your credit card number? I asked, as if it were really working. Okay, like it's a MasterCard, he said. Fine, I prodded. Go ahead with the number. Sure enough, he had the right number, complete with proper expiry date. Everything seemed to be proceeding normally. Except I just didn't trust this caller. I had to trip him up. Your birth date, sir? I asked, as if this were normal proceedings. My birthday? He repeated. You need that too? Yes, sir, I answered efficiently. Okay, can you hang on for a second? The kid asked. I waited a few seconds, growing tired of the game. Your birth date, sir? I asked again. Okay, I got it. October 12th, he said triumphantly. And the year? I continued. 1966? He answered. That would make him about 44 years old. I simply hung up on him and filed him in the blacklist. Some tyke with Daddy's wallet. Scene. Let's see if I'll go on. Oh, maybe. Oh, no, the next one's pretty long, so we're going to end it there. That's 3 in. The next one will probably end this first day on the job, so stay tuned. It's going to be, let me see. Oh, right off the bat, I just took a look at one page and I just saw a word that I'm going to have to practice saying just till I get back to you guys. So that's it. Like, subscribe. Talk to you soon. Please don't listen, don't watch again if it's too much.